Hey, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. With me always is Team Money, His Majesty,
King Terence.
There you go. Okay, so today we're going to review 205 Live and NXT on June 11th and 12th. So let's get it started. We first have a major shakeup thanks to the fact that Drake Maverick, 205 Live general manager, has been accused of not being a general manager since he's been chasing the 24/7 title. As a result, one of the things that would be mentioned is the fact that, Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis were insulted that he was not a part of this fatal four-way for the number one contendership for the Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese. And they put his work ethics, considering he's been chasing around the 24/7 title, into question. So that's something to mention right there. Next, we have the matches. We have the surprising, says this was introduced at the beginning of the show, new 205 roster member, Chad Gable. Previously, we were mentioning that he was at the 50-man Battle Royale at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia with a new haircut and taking notes on SmackDown. It would be later that night on 205 Live that he would be starring in 205 Live, fighting against Jack Gallagher, but instead of finishing the match by tap out or by submission, the fight was so grueling that he actually took a count out on account that Jack Gallagher couldn't get in the ring in time. That means Jack Gallagher made him work for that count-out win. Really. We then have the Singh Brothers. And yes, the Singh Brothers will fight the Lucha House Party next week. Or should I say, this week, since we're doing this on Monday because we couldn't do this on Friday. Tomorrow, we will have the Singh Brothers fight the Lucha Brothers. But sadly, last week on Tuesday, we had the Singh Brothers fight local luchadors as an insult to the Lucha House Party. Dos Loches, a bunch of guys who were probably no name to WWE, and they defeated them. Let's see how that works. Finally, we have the Fatal 4-Way involving Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, Humberto, how you pronounce his name again? Last name again? Humberto, Carlilo, something like that, and Oni Lorcan. Partnerships were quickly made and dispatched between the whole damn match. We see special techniques such as Drew Gulak holding up Humberto and Oni Lorcan doing what many people would say, a Cesaro move and freaking uppercut. Good Lord. We see Akira Tozawa and Humberto teaming up to high fly only to try and steal each other's pinfalls. But the match would end in controversy because both Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak had each other in a pin that ended in both their shoulders at the same time on a 3 count. Both referees on the outside and inside were saying that both were down, and this ended with no winner. This wasn't a no contest either. So the match literally ended on that note. Who was the winner? Who was the decisive winner? Between Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak, who have been heated rivalry into proving they deserve a title shot against Tony Nese before one another. My best guess is going to be a triple threat at Stomping Grounds. This is going to be good. Okay, go ahead and look up June 12th, NXT. And while he's doing that, I'd like to give a shout out to our boys, Xavier Hill. Happy birthday, my brother. And Mike Henry. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below. And I hope give them a shout. Give them a try. Check them out. Check out our boys. A remaining shout out also to Renee, Farrell, Andre, Chris Petrie, and Delvin, the remaining members of the Heaven Monsters podcast. You there? We'll be right back. I'm going to check.
Yeah.
Here we go. And we're back. So real quick, we have NXT. We start off the show with Io Shirai and Candice LeRae taking on the horsewomen of... I can't pronounce these names. Right here. Jessamine Duke. Am I pronouncing that right? Jessamine Duke?
See, I think it's...
And Marine Shirai? Shafir.
Marina Shafir.
Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. The two remaining horsewomen beside Ronda Rousey, who has still AWOL, and thank you, and Shayna Baszler. Their match would be in a no contest thanks to the fact of the interference of Shayna Baszler. So there's that. No decisive winner. Next, we would have Kishida versus Drew Gulick in a submission match. And thankfully, it was ended fairly and decisively. Kishida defeated Drew Gulick and made him tap out, and he shook his hand in all fairness. We then have Undisputed Era. What's his name? Kyle O'Reilly and Danny Fish versus Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. That's pretty cool. The names are almost similar. Shoot. This match would be grueling for these tag teams having to deal with each other after... What do you call it? What? Oh, no. It wasn't Fish. It was Roderick Strong with Kyle O'Reilly. That's right. They're usually paired together because they were known as Red Dragon, so I always paired those two together. But it wasn't. It was Roderick Strong with Kyle O'Reilly. And their match would be interfered by the Forgotten Son member, the Muscle, formerly known as Gunner in Impact Wrestling. He is Jackson Riker. And thanks to his interference, just standing outside the ring, it would allow Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch to take out one Roderick Strong and pin Oni Lorcan, giving in the win. So the Undisputed Era are definitely going to go to war with a lot of the tag teams, mainly the Forgotten Sons right now. Especially considering it was the Undisputed Era, all four of them beaten down on Jackson Riker. Yeah, I don't think the Forgotten Sons are going to forget that. Pun intended. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for our show. What did you think? What did you take from these news?
Alright. I'm not a big fan. I don't know none of these people. I'm not impressed by them anyway.
Yeah. In which case, that will be it for this show. Thank you for watching. If you liked this show, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heavy Monsters podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.